What's going on, YouTube? You know who it is. It's your boy Shrek, and we're back with another video, ladies and gentlemen. We're back with another diesel diaries. I know we haven't done one in a while, so we decided to do one now. We are actually working on a Cummins ISB 6.7. There's the Cummins is a Freightliner M2, and we're actually having problems with DPF problems on this truck. We're actually going to go ahead and I'll plug into it right now so you guys can see the problem or the codes it's giving us, and then we'll go ahead and troubleshoot it. So let me go ahead and connect the computer to it right now, and we'll be right back. All right, so here we go. Active D rate. So we have after treatment 1, diesel exhaust fluid dosing valve 1 circuit, current below normal or open circuit, and SPN 5394. That's active, and I'm pretty sure that one's throwing it on D rate. So to troubleshoot this one, pull up our troubleshooting. So here we go. A circuit error has been detected in the after treatment diesel exhaust fluid dosing valve circuit. So what we are going to do right now, we're actually going to go ahead underneath the truck and check for any signals, power, ground that has volts, the 5-volt supply, check the plug for all that stuff just to make sure that it is connected and it is passing current through the wires. Make sure that plug has power, ground, signal. After that, if that's not working, then we will check our dozer. Could be possibly bad. Just wanted to make a quick video and show you guys what we end up doing. I'll pull this up right here so you guys can see, and I apologize, the truck is not leveled, but there it is. You could go ahead and pause it, screenshot it, so you guys can see what it shows. That's what we're going to be doing right now. We will be checking it, and hopefully we are able to fix it, so stay tuned. All right, so the dozer is, oh, let me zoom out. There's the dozer. That is our dozer. That is the plug as well. See if I could show you guys where the plug is. This is the plug. This is the plug right here. That's what we have to take off. We have to take that plug off, and we will be able to check it. So let me go ahead and take that one off, and we'll go ahead and check the resistance or the pins on it. All right, so here we go. This is the connector. As you can tell, it's one of those yellow ones that you do have to pull this out while you're pulling on the connector to be able to remove it. We're going to check the ones that have signal and current through them are 1, 2, 5, 7, and 8. I believe number 5 is the one that has the 5-volt constant. So we'll check for power on that one and then signal on the other ones. Where we have our power probe. This is what we're going to be using to check. So as you can tell, we have the 5-volt supply on pin 5. Then we have signal and return on 1 and 2, and 7 and 8. See what we find. We don't have a voltmeter with us, unfortunately, so we can't check for volts, but I wonder if I left the key on or not, because it's looking like it's pretty dead over here. No, we have 5 volts to it. We have something coming out of it. What's number 1? Number 1 is return. So 2 and 8 are the ones that have signal. 2, and then 8, 7, and then 5. I'm not liking that it doesn't have anything to it. Let's go ahead and just to verify the loom, make sure that none of the wires are crimped or anything. Let's split it open. There's another one on this side. It sure does. Split it open. It's a mess. Here's the connector. It doesn't look cut, crimped, or anything, so pretty sure it's good. They do say you have to measure the resistance between on the actual valve, the dozer valve, but we don't have anything to measure resistance with right now, so unfortunately we won't be measuring it. Put this thing back together. 9 out of 10 times the valve is going out. Oh Jesus, what are you doing, big boy? To the right. Come on, big boy. There we go. There we go. There we go. Now we open this one back up. Their little pry bar makes it easier, just like that. And we're going to push it back in. And as we're pushing, close the clip. Negative didn't go in. There we go. It's kind of tight squeeze in there too. See if we could reach it with the pliers, just to give it a little squeeze. There it is. That's back on. That connector's back on. We'll have to go ahead and check for other things. Make sure. I actually think we're gonna replace that sensor, but let's see what we end up doing. Simone, we're going to actually check right now on the J2 plug of the ECM, which is this plug, bottom one. We're going to check if all the values match to the dozer on the plug, just to make sure we don't have to overlay anything. Oh, mijo, conecta su power probe. Ahí está. Your power probe. Let me see, which one was it? We are on 8. Are we on 8? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, that is 8. It should have 5 volts, and it doesn't. This is the J2 plug. I wonder if it's because it's not pushed in all the way. Yeah, that's why. It wasn't pushed in all the way. All right, let's see. 5, cool. Now we check number 16. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 right here. 16.5. 16 was signal and it was giving us. So next is 32. That's on 32. That was 16, 24. And each row is 24. So something disconnected. You hear it?
Is it pushing all the way?
Yeah, it is.
I'm not communicating.
Yeah. Check on the dash if the def light is still blinking. Okay, but it's on the def, right? That little circle? Okay, yeah, it's still bad. 24, 48, 40, 39, 7, 6. All right, so I'm actually going over the video footage right now, and I did see that connector or pin 1 on the connector over on the def valve was dead down there. Up here on J2, it'll be pin 53. So we're actually going to hook onto it and see if we have anything coming out of the J2 connector. And then if anything, we'll just run an overlay. If that's it, it might be our issue. So let's check pin 53, go from there. Yeah, something should be coming out, and down there it wasn't reading it. There might be a break somewhere in the harness. We should check that after lunch, ladies and gentlemen. For now, we are getting somewhere. We'll have to double check down there at the dozer, but it looks, all right, as I was saying, we might have found the issue. We will be checking the plug again when we come back from lunch, and then might be a break on the harness. So if anything, we will run an overlay, make it easier on us. That'll be after lunch. So we'll be back. We're back with this truck. We did find the sub harness. Let me see if I could get you guys a better angle. Got a new camera, so we're working with it. Okay, so this sub harness right here is the one that goes to the def system. We found out that something along the way, a wire along the way, wasn't making proper contact. So the sensor itself, or the valve, the dozer valve, wasn't getting signal on pin 1. We did go over to the ECM and check pin 53. Out of 53, there was about 2 volts of signal, but it wasn't reaching down here. I will go ahead and put some dielectric grease on it right now, plug it in, and show you guys. As you can see, that's pin 1 on the connector for the dozer valve, and we are getting the 2 volt signal. So the codes should have gone away now. We'll go ahead and plug it in right now, and I'll show you guys what's next. We did go ahead and connect everything back on. Should take a little bit, and it will update to where none of those codes are active, and it has everything for the DPF system active. Okay, well, we still have the one for the dosing valve. I'll actually go ahead and unplug it again and check it one more time. As I was saying, I don't think I was recording, but the codes are off. We did check the sub harnesses. I don't know what I got to record and what I didn't. I thought I was recording, apparently I wasn't, but I did remove the sub harnesses from, there's a harness that goes from the ECM engine control module all the way to next to the transmission is the main harness. From there on is 2 sub harnesses. I went ahead and removed the 2 sub harnesses, inspected them, checked the resistance between pins, found a couple of wires that were a little bit damaged, which might have been able to cause the whole issue with low voltage and low, it said voltage below normal or shorted to low source. That's what it said. So we went ahead and checked a few pins, the harnesses, broke them apart, make sure everything was fine, repaired whatever needed to be repaired, and put everything back on. As you can tell, the codes are gone. Nothing is active anymore, so that's good. Hopefully this helps somebody. This is how we went about this issue. It may not fix your issue, but giving you guys a little bit of guidance to diagnose and troubleshoot your issues with the same code. Hopefully it helps somebody, guys. As always, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. If you're at home, enjoy time with your family. If you're on the road, be safe, and we'll catch you on the next one. Peace.